Hi, I welcome you back to part 3 of this video. So it's going to be the last video. So I hope by the end of this video you would have known what all these commands can do in Revit and how best you can use them in Revit. Alright, we are going to proceed with this tag by category command. So let's get back to L1 architecture. Then next I'm going to put in doors and windows to these walls. Alright, remember that walls and doors are hosted by a wall, so you can't put a door in space. There has to be a wall, then a door will appear. Alright, so let's try it out. So I'll click at this architectural tab, then click at this door command. Right, this is the door that we have, so I'll simply place it there. Then also I'll press another door there, then press escape twice, then click at this window command, then do the same thing over here. Right, also another one there, press escape twice. So you notice that my windows don't appear at all, and also my doors, they don't look to be like the way they should be on a floor plan. Alright, so literally there should be an opening over here, and also the same thing should be here. Then also my window right over here should really appear as a window, like it should appear like a cut plane has cut through a window, not like this. So what's the cause of this? We shall come back to the properties palette. Under extents, look for view range, then at this button called edit, click there, then this view range dialog box will pop up. Then under primary range we have the top, which is 3000 millimeters, and the cut plane. So this is where our major focus should be. So I'll simply edit this one, then I'll put in 1700 millimeters, hit apply, then okay. So you notice that my doors now appear the way they should be, and also my windows appear. Right, this is now where the tag by category comes in from. Alright, so I'll simply click at this tag by category. By the way, you can as well access it from here, or click at the annotate tab, then check it from here. Alright, so either way you can still get to the same command. So click, then you notice that when I hover my cursor on this window, my tag comes along with a leader. Alright, to get rid of the leader, you simply uncheck this box over here. You notice that my tag will come along without the leader. Alright, I'll click, then I'll assign a tag to this door, then also I'll assign a tag to this other door. Press escape twice. So you notice that my tags are not properly named, but I'll be showing you how best you can edit these tags such that they really appear the way they should be, because I should expect this one to be maybe door 1 and this one door 2. This is window 1 and also this is window 1. Alright, I'll be explaining to you more in details about these tags in more videos to come. Alright, but as of now, let's proceed with what we have. Alright, so that's how best you play around with the tags. So let's proceed to the next command, which is text. So for this one, you simply click on it, or you can as well access it from the annotate tab. It's right over here. So I'll click on it, then I can simply put in my text over here. Maybe I can put in living room. Then once I click outside, press escape twice, select that text. So you notice that there is a move like icon over here. So once I click on it, then I hold my left click on my mouse, I can easily move this text to any place that I need. Alright, I'll simply move it over there. Then also there is a circle just at the topmost corner of this text box. Alright, so for it, once you click on it, then hold the left click of the mouse, you can rotate this text to any angle that you feel like. But you notice that at this point, my text, you can read it very well, but once I rotate it to this angle over here, it's still readable. Alright, this is possible because of this command over here. It is keep readable and it is checked. Alright, but if I uncheck it, then you notice that this text will be tilted. Alright, so I can only read it when I put it at this angle over here. Alright, but if I rotate it to that angle over there, you notice that it is upside down. Alright, so not until I check this box, That's when it can be readable again. All right, take note of all those simple things. Then also there are grips over here. You can reduce or increase it. All right, so it's upon you to play around with those things. Then next, when we get back to these commands over here, you notice that this command enables us to assign a leader in this direction on this text. All right, if I click on it, you notice that a leader appears in this direction over this side. All right, I can reduce it to this. Then the same thing happens when I click on this command over here. All right, so I can also reduce it to that. If you feel like you don't need these leaders, you simply click at this command, remove last leader. Right, so there are also commands right over here. If I click on it, you notice that the leader comes in, but for it can be curved. Right, so the same thing applies to this one. Can still curve it this other side. So that's how you play around with these leaders, and still you can remove them using this command over here. So if I add in more text, maybe living room for kids, click outside, you notice that right now it's left aligned, but I can click at this center align. This text will be center aligned, or I can also click at the right aligned, so they will be aligned at the right. Right, so that's how you play around with these commands. Okay, so next we are going to proceed with this option, default 3D view. Alright, so for this default 3D view, you can still access it from here. Alright, so let me click at this drop down arrow. So you notice that there are 3 commands in here. The first option is default 3D view. Alright, so once I click on it, Revit takes me direct to my 3D view. So if I close off this, you notice that I can still access my default 3D view when I click at this option under 3D views. Once I click on it, we still get back to the same place. Alright, that's the major function of that command over there. Then also, once I click at this drop down arrow, then click at this camera command. For this case, I'll get back to my L1 architecture. Then at that point, I'll get a point where I want to put my camera such that I can focus on this structure over here. So you notice that by the time I click my second point of focus, Revit generates a 3D view for that perspective point. So you notice that this is what we have, right? So that's how you play around with the camera command. Then also for the walkthrough, if there is anyone who knows how to use the walkthrough, please let me know in the comment section. Alright, if there is anyone who doesn't know how to use it, still let me know in the comment section such that I'll make a video on how to use this walkthrough command. So it's going to be the same thing that will apply to these commands over here. If there is anyone who doesn't know how they use them, please let me know in the comment section such that I can make a video and I show you exactly how to use them. Alright, so let's proceed to the section command. Now for the section command, I think we have already used it over here. So you simply click on it, then you can draw a section anywhere, then right click, go to view. So it will simply give you a section of that portion. Alright, so that's how best you use it, right? The other thing is the last command actually we are going to look at is these thin lines. Alright, so you notice right now they are highlighted. Alright, whenever they are highlighted, any drawing in the workspace, it always has these thin lines. The edges of those elements, they have thin lines. But once I click over there and it becomes unselected, you notice that these elements obtain thick lines. Alright, as we move further with Revit, I'll explain to you what causes or what brings about the thickness of these edges. Alright, so you notice that the thickness of this door is not the same as the thickness of these walls. So I'll be explaining to you what brings about all this as we proceed with Revit, right? So this is it for this video. If you've really found something of helpful and it has added value to you, please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and also you can share this kind of content to friends and relatives that you feel like they need of this kind of content. Thanks for watching. We'll meet in the next part of the video.